We gon' hit the mall, and we gon' hit the stores, and we gon' blow some bands, yeah, then we gon' get some more. Hey man, what's good with y'all boys? Y'all see we back out here on this Tonio Capone. Now today, man, I've been getting so many requests. React to LA Capone, react to LA Capone, react to LA Capone. Listen, bro, the reason it took me so long is I literally know everything about this man. Like, bro, I'm telling y'all, I was the biggest LA fan when I was younger, bro. Like, bro, I figured I'm gonna tell y'all a little story time how I found out about LA, bro. So I remember the day so vividly, bro, so vividly. I was in my history class, 9th grade, 2015, but it was like it was like September, October 2015, man. I'm in my history class, man. I was looking at video ideas. This is when I first started my YouTube channel. I had like 400 subs, you feel me? I was clicking, you know, I was just watching videos. My boy Chef Versace, y'all remember Chef Versace from the 2K community. And y'all remember the old 2K intros where it used to like overlay music videos. Like, you used to have your intro, but it be overlaid by, you know, I'll probably show an example. So, you feel me, bro? I see my boy LA. It had the LA Some More video, bro. He had the bandana at the polo. I was like, bro, this man saucy with it, you feel me? I'm like, this song a vibe. It was like, we gonna hit the mob, and we gonna hit, you know, I'm like, oh, this junk hard, you feel what I'm saying? Then next thing you know, I typed in the lyrics, we gonna hit the mob, we gonna hit the stores, you feel me? I looked it up, and that LA Capone song came up, and it started off kind of weird. I ain't paying no mind, but I'm like, I listened to the whole song of it. I'm like, dang, this junk hard, you feel me? I'm like, I'm gonna go to the comments, see what everybody else talking about. I go to the comments, but they like, you feel me, man, he was gonna be big, yada yada. I'm like, hold up, bro. Hold up, let me look him up. And I typed in death and I saw that he died, you feel me? After that, bro, like 2016, 17, I was on my straight fanboy junk, man. I kind of calmed down like 12th grade when I was about to graduate. I'm like, he's still my favorite rapper of all time. Like, he just, I don't know, it's just, he has a lot of influence. Like, he's just so cool to me, bro. But as I get older, I realized like that junk was like the violence that like a lot of the Chicago music rap is real ignorant. I try not to promote it as much anymore. Like, I used to, like, I don't never promoted it, but I just thought it was cool. But I see how a lot of y'all probably think because y'all young. Feel me? I'm 20 now, and I'm only getting older, so I'm just trying to be on some other stuff. Hey, but no more talking, though. We gonna watch this documentary on LA and Rondo, bro. You know, man, like I said, LA was gonna be bigger than Dirk, bro. LA is really supposed to be what King Von was. You feel me? Like, King Von, goddamn, he was Lil Durk protege. Like, he was right there. He like his duo. That's how LA was gonna be the Dirk, no cap, bro. So, hey, man, it's real sad. But let's hop into this reaction, man. Alright, y'all, man, here we go, man. The real LA Capone and Rondo number 9 story, bro. Let's get it. Kush, I'm asking. Hey, y'all know about LA. Young,
Drill is a style of trap music. It originated in the south side of Chicago in the early 2010s.
Okay.
Its lyrics are often based around drugs, gangs, and violence, which tend to fascinate the younger generation. It progressed into the mainstream around 2012, following the success of rappers like Chief Keef.
Oh God, supposed to put it on.
There have been multiple other artists who had the potential to be superstars too, who never made it out of the South Side. Leonard Anderson was born September 18, 1996 in Chicago, Illinois. His parents separated when he was very young, so he spent his childhood with his mother and sisters. Because he was the only boy in the home, he had a special place there. His mother states when he was young, he and she both knew he would grow up to be something great. He was an honor roll student in school and was known for being one of the funniest kids in class. He got interested in rap music at a young age, and because he was book smart, it helped him develop wordplay. If he wasn't at school, playing football, or hanging out with girls, he was rapping. Although he had been freestyling for years, as early as age 14, he began taking it seriously.
14 in the house. We was steady flipping trays, five the loud. Now we stay. Bro, I know every LA song.
The name
bro.
LA Capone. LA was a play on words for his initials, Leonard Anderson, and Capone came from the famous Chicago gangster, Al Capone. As he grew older, the outside world became more accessible, and the streets of Southside Chicago welcomed him. He would join the Black Disciples, and more specifically started repping 600, or D-Block. 600 was a group from 60th and King Drive, just blocks away from O-Block, and in their prime was one of the most dangerous and talked about sets. But with this kind of reputation, it's no secret that they had ops, and they were at war with multiple other gangs. Around this time, LA would become close with another Black Disciple from 600, Clint Macy, or Rondo number 9.
Bruh, I heard that like Rondo and C, they snitching on each other. Man, I don't know who they are. They was like friends in LA and stuff, but they basically had, like, when LA died, he had, like, they said, they thought that the cab driver had something to do with it, so I guess they killed the cab driver or whatever, and now they in jail for that for the rest of their life. Like, that's stupid. Y'all should did more research. Come on now. It wasn't even, the cab driver had nothing to do with it. But basically, they snitching on each other now when they tried to say that Tay had snitched on them. Like, stupid.
Famous person. Getting money every day, it got my fingers hurt. I be going in on beats, you can call it murder. Getting money 24, I can't stop working.
Little is known about Clint's childhood or family growing up, but what we do know is he too was born and raised in the South Side. By age 14, Rondo was already making a name for himself in the streets and picked up rapping. To paint the picture at the time, Chicago has just gained the nickname Chirac, which was a comparison to the deaths in Iraq. Drill music is becoming popularized throughout the entire US, and Chicago rappers were on top. Chief Keef, Glow Gang, Lil Bibby, G Herbo, and Lil Durk are all gaining popularity, and fast. Because the 600 boys in O Block were already clicked up, this gave LA and Rondo an opportunity to join forces with Lil Durk and his crew OTF, since they were already friends. Although they now had a vision and were ready to pursue it, life in the streets were still dangerous. This proved to be true on September 29, 2012, when LA Capone was shot multiple times, but he survived the attempted attack.
Yeah, it was September 29th, 2012, he got shot the first time.
Rondo would be the first one to get noticed by his music. His first mixtape, Rondo Lane, dropped in late 2012 and was better than most rappers' third or fourth tapes. With beats from Lex Luger, Young Chop, and DJ Ken, the quality was top notch. He was only 15 when this dropped, but because he was rapping about things he actually lived through, this was arguably one of the most honest and real rap releases that ever hit the internet. The tape was well received by the streets of Chicago and made Rondo's career something to look out for.
Rondo was really
LA Capone would also make his debut in rap with the feature on this tape.
Oh yeah. Hey, you would get murdered. Talking
LA
sweet,
Capone's
get
first
murdered.
song was grimy, and his first music video was titled Work. They would get a few thousand plays, but things really took off with the release of his song Murder. He even dropped it with the video. The song almost got a remix from Lil Reese himself. With all the attention they were now getting, they started dropping singles back to back. LA Capone's So Loud was released in March and would be one of the first songs to bring his name outside the city. In July, Rondo would drop another mixtape hosted by the well-known DJ Victorious, titled Steve Drive. Not only did the mixtape blow up, but it had multiple standout songs like 600, We Don't Fuck Around, and Play for Keeps. All the songs did millions of views online, and was bringing the whole 600 set to the world's attention. They would go on a small tour with Lil Durk and were making plans to link up with other artists like French Montana and the Coke Boys.
We gon' hit the mall, and we gon' hit the store, and we gon' blow some.
Although LA hadn't dropped a mixtape yet, some of his singles were getting tens of millions of views. LA started to take a more melodic approach when recording, and because of it, his music was standing out, even compared to the people around him. His fan base was growing faster than ever. With all these new fans, he knew it was time to start working on a full-length mixtape. His uncle would introduce him to a local studio so he could start working on it, and he helped cover the cost of recordings. In September of 2013, he celebrated his 17th birthday, but just a week later, his uncle dropped him at the studio to finish a track he was working on. When he got inside the studio, there were other people there as well, which was weird, because the owner of the studio had told him before, he only wanted him to come record if somebody else wouldn't be there, to avoid any potential conflicts. But this time he invited him over knowing people were there. LA recorded his last verse before leaving the studio around 6:30 in the afternoon. As he was walking through an alley near 70th and Stony Island, 4 shots rang out and he was hit in his right thigh and lower back. He tried to run but ended up collapsing. An ambulance rushed him to Northwestern Hospital where doctors attempted to operate on him. While he was still conscious, his last words were, "I don't think I'm gonna make it. Tell my mom and them I love them." He would pass away later that night. Word on the street spread so fast that by the end of the night, the 600 boys already knew 95% of the story and who might have been behind this. Rondo continued to drop music and grow in popularity all through 2013. His tape Real for Life was putting pressure on even some of the mainstream artists. Songs like Taliban would do huge numbers, and he continued to keep LA's name alive, along with all the guys from 600. Unfortunately, LA's first mixtape wouldn't come out until after his passing in 2014. Separate Myself was an 18-track tape with old and new music that really showcased how versatile he was. Had he not been gunned down, this tape undoubtedly proved he would have been one of Chicago's next superstars.
For real, bro.
Rondo would still be in the streets heavy even though his music was spreading across the US. He was even catching the attention of the feds after posting a picture on Instagram with a rocket launcher,
Bro posted that,
proving there was no
oh
cap in his raps. The girls called the boys back to meet up at a Wendy's because they were scared. They split up into 2 cars and headed back into Gangster Disciple territory in an attempt to get retaliation for the girls who were just shot at. When they got back into the GD territory, they passed by a parked cab driver who was waiting to pick up a customer. Rondo and C-Day's vehicle did a U-turn and pulled up on the cab driver. They hopped out and proceeded to ask him if he was from the area, looking for revenge. When the driver responded yes, Rondo or C-Day opened fire, shooting 28-year-old Javon Boyd until he died.
Alright, y'all, man, so that's it for this banger reaction, man. Like I said, man, long live my boy LA, man. Like, that is like my favorite. Like, when I was a youngin', bro, like 9th grade, 10th grade, bro, that's all I used to be on, man. You feel me, bro? I'm still a big fan now. I just don't like to glorify much of the Chicago stuff. Like, I try to, like, as I grow up, I realize how ignorant it is. Like, when I was a youngin', I used to think it was so cool. You feel me? But listen, bro, all that stuff is only gonna lead to one place, man. Where Rondo at and where LA at, man. So if y'all wanna be a part of that, bro, nah, don't do it.